What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Pretty cool video for you guys today. This is extremely impromptu, and hopefully I can get these clips in the right order because I'm gonna just kind of show you guys what we got going on in the yard today. Let me turn this camera around. So I step outside this morning and I noticed that this massive sprinkler is in the yard. It's basically a fire cannon mounted on a massive buggy that drags itself from here all the way back to that reel, and we'll head out there in a minute and check that out as well. But it started right about here, and when it was turned on, it was throwing water. Trying to get the camera to focus. Right there you can kind of see it was just hitting the shed door. So from here to about there, we'll measure that in a minute, but it threw water all the way around. It was hitting that barn over there. You can kind of see the roof is a little wet. Spins all the way around right here, and right there you can kind of see that locking system. That's how, just basically like a regular impact sprinkler, that's really all this is, just on steroids. But just like a regular impact sprinkler, you can lock it and set it so he had it split so it stopped right about there and right about there on this side, so it didn't hit the house. Otherwise it would blow the siding and the shingles clear off the house. But it's going to spin around to this way, and it throws water all the way just over that little berm there, going down to the pond, and that's actually where the water is coming from. We'll take a look at the pump that's right behind this trees in a minute, but throws the water all over this way, and it's just not hitting that corner right there, but it right about there is where it's stopping. So that last it's about 15 feet that it's not getting, but it is covering majority of the yard. So this thing is pretty damn impressive. Now I've got my little rinky-dink measuring wheel here. We're gonna zero this thing out real quick. I've got it set right now about where the middle of the sprinkler was, and we're gonna walk all the way to my shed to see how far that actually is. Not a huge fan of this wheel because it's kind of hard to go over any actual rough terrain. This is just gonna show how far this thing is actually throwing water. I'm gonna guess it's about 130, 140 feet. So let's see. So we're pretty much, this is about where the water was stopping, give or take, and we are at, is that 164, 165-ish feet. So that is pretty damn wild from here all the way to where that sprinkler is. That's crazy. That is a massive amount of water. Now I'm gonna try to time this and not get soaked myself, but it's about to kick all the way back and spin around going behind me. So when we were setting this up earlier, we definitely got soaked by this thing, trying to just angle it the right way. It should be kicking back any second now. Let's see. I'm gonna have to run to my right. Here it goes. I'm gonna get soaked here in a second by this falling water that's still coming at me. But we kind of angled it to where it stops right about there. But the wind has been drifting that way, so all that over there is soaked pretty good. But you can see now it's hitting the roof of the barn. This thing is pretty wild. So let's head down to the reel, check that out, and then we'll go down to the motor. So now we're down at the end with the reel. This thing's set up. See, it's got the outriggers on that side set up so it doesn't tip over, and you could do it on the other side as well. But what that is doing is it's using a system of gears to slowly twist that whole reel back in and pull that cart with the sprinkler on it back to it. I don't know how long exactly this line is, but let's get a little bit closer of a look here. You can kind of see this thing is pretty sick. There's the gear system on this side. You can see the chain in there. Very slowly reeling this thing back in. Pretty awesome. And now, got the piping that goes all the way down there to the system that's sitting right at the edge of the water. The big pump down there. So we'll go down and check that out now. But I just thought I'd show a close-up of this entire setup right here. So let's head down to the water. So hopefully y'all will be able to hear me over this generator, but it's basically just an old Army surplus generator. It looks like probably diesel powered. In fact, it is, because I can smell the diesel right now. But it's just pulling water out of the pond there, feeding it up to the irrigation piping, and it goes to a little intersection right about there at that cone. It goes over to the reel, so that's how the water is getting put down on the turf. Now our yard is right there. You can kind of see the difference between the turf field. That's just a fescue turf field, and there's another one over on the other side of the driveway. These are the two smallest fields that he has. He's got, I don't even know, probably 100, 200 acres a little further down the road. But I just kind of wanted to show this whole process, kind of starting over there with the sprinkler, the line that goes to the reel that comes in, and then the water feeding from down here all the way up there. So that is one hell of a way to irrigate a yard. That's putting down some serious water. We haven't had rain here in a while, and there's not really any on the forecast. It looks like it could rain today, but I don't think it's going to. So hopefully you guys thought this was as cool as I did. So hopefully y'all got a kick out of that video. I just kind of wanted to show you how the backyard and the front yard at the same time really are getting irrigated by this massive freaking water cannon that's also going to go all the way out there and do that entire field of fescue sod. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I don't have too many details on the actual cannon itself, but it does appear to be kind of almost similar to one of those fire cannons that's on like a fire truck. Basically looks exactly like the same thing. It's just converted to a massive sprinkler, just like a standard impact sprinkler that you would see like at Lowe's or Home Depot. But it's going to be kicking around here in a second. Hopefully it doesn't, I don't think it's going to hit me, but I guess we'll find out here in a second. Let's see what it does. Yep, here it goes. Pretty close. It's about 20 feet away from me now. But this thing is literally turning that pond water out there into actual rain. So it's pretty awesome that we're able to do that. I've been trying to get this video filmed for several years now. I've just never been able to be home while this thing is going on. And he's gonna probably, after he does this one, typically he moves it to that field over there, but he's pretty much, they're actually out there right now pulling up the last bit of sod that they have growing out there, and then he's gonna turn that field and plant it again. I don't know exactly when he's gonna do that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you watching. Take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.